I think the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is in for the best new entry in a very long time. Let's talk a little bit about it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
I want to be a fighter, like you.
Oh, let it burn! Let it burn!
Did you miss me?
You have to shoot them in the head. They always come back.
The boat can leave now. Tell the crew.
Well, sometimes that is better.
Good luck.
Hey everybody, I'm Killjoy Jake. Today we have some very exciting updates very late at night, but oh wow, we had a couple of stories break this afternoon that I just have to talk about and sacrifice sleep over. If you like horror news update videos just like this, then please make sure to subscribe to this page for more coverage on all your favorite upcoming horror movies. Thank you to all of my Patreon supporters and channel members for keeping me in business. Now let's get into the news. If you don't remember Good Boy from last year, this was the supernatural horror film that was told from the dog's perspective. It was a film that immediately went viral for its really interesting and unique premise, and was reviewed by critics very positively. I personally wasn't too crazy about it, but I do love and respect director Ben Leonberg for making his dog the star of his own movie. I mean, that's really fucking cool. Mad props to Indy. I don't know if Indy the dog will be joining him for his next feature, but Ben Leonberg has just been attached to do a brand new feature film based on the horror short story Ankle Snatcher. The Grady Hendrix horror short story focuses on Marcus, who grew up believing his father killed his mother, then blamed it on the boogeyman under the bed. Always leave the lights on or the boogeyman will get you, his father warned. Marcus still heeds the superstition, especially when he invites his new girlfriend over. Is Marcus actually haunted by a creature, or has he just inherited his father's murderous delusions? The night will tell. This almost sounds like a mystery box story where it seems like there's only A and B options when we really get down to a C. Something else is happening here. Maybe there is a little bit of a monster underneath the bed, as well as repressed childhood trauma. Monsters always mean something, baby, and I'm really excited to dig into this when we finally get it. Tomorrow, we're finally going to see the first trailer for CLAYFACE, DC's dip into body horror. It was written by Mike Flanagan, so you know it's gonna be good, and it was directed by James Watkins, who did the really incredible American version of Speak No Evil. This sounds like a match made in heaven, in my opinion. It's on my radar, especially because it's apparently influenced by none other than The Fly from 1986, one of my all-time favorite horror films. It's the reason I love body horror, man. For those who don't know, CLAYFACE is a Batman villain specifically, so you gotta wonder if this ties into the greater DC universe. I'm not really sure. I haven't been following that as closely as some other fans out there, but I hear body horror and I run right towards that. This will be our big Halloween release of the year, dropping on October 23rd of 2026. I will definitely be in theaters for it. Listen, anything Mike Flanagan touches, I'm there day one. It was 420 yesterday, so Scary Movie decided to celebrate with a brand new poster. A parody of Ari Aster's Midsummer poster. It's Shorty smoking a blunt and crying because the weed must be so good. Must be a good strain or something, man. Dude's even got pot leaves on his head. I love this. I love everything about this. There is a long list of horror films just from the last 10 years or so that Scary Movie is already hitting on in all of its marketing. I can't wait to see the actual film itself to see how many movies they check off the list. I'm so excited for Scary Movie 6 dropping on June 5th. That's almost a month away, ladies and gentlemen. We are very, very, very close for this one. There's been some controversy about 28 Days Later getting a brand new 4K Steelbook. Now, that's a really weird sentence considering that the original film was shot on DV cams and it's supposed to kind of look like garbage. It's kind of pointless to get a 4K version of that movie. Pre-orders haven't gone live yet, but you'll be able to pick up the Steelbook on September 1st. Sony has the assembled source video that was used alongside sections from the original camera negative seen in the theatrical release. The footage was color corrected for 4K high dynamic range, with the final mix approved by Boyle himself. None of the footage is online yet, but Sony has also said that it will support Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of want this Steelbook. It looks dope as hell, but I think it's pointless to watch this movie on some sort of higher quality than DVD. Director Danny Boyle has talked a little bit about why they chose those low budget cameras to shoot that original movie, and it was supposed to emulate a lot of the war footage that was going around at the time. So if you ever watched that movie and wondered why it looks like crap, well, that's kind of the point. I also think it gives this movie a grungy aesthetic that I absolutely love. It just makes the film feel scarier and like I shouldn't be watching it. So pick up the 28 Days Later 4K at your own risk if that's something you're interested in. I'm just looking for a DVD, man. The Evil Dead Burn teaser trailer has finally released online. Let's talk a little bit about it. The trailer shows Swiss actress and lead of this upcoming Evil Dead film, Suela Jakob, crawling through a house of chaos as Deadites attack an entire family. You can tell just from the trailer this is going to be one of the most intense Evil Dead films out there. Now, one of the most interesting things about this teaser trailer is that we are actually seeing this set at Ruby's house from the Ash vs. Evil Dead series. The set designer actually confirmed this online that they specifically went out of their way to shoot at that house for this production for whatever reason. Is it just an Easter egg like the Delta in Evil Dead 2013, or does it have some sort of tie-in to the overall grander storyline of Evil Dead? I'm not 100% sure, but it might just be cool if this was the next family to move into that house and there was still some evil lurking in the walls. Maybe Ruby left the Necronomicon just laying around here. I don't know. It is also notable that we've heard from people who went to early screenings of Evil Dead Burn that there's some sort of focus on the Kandarian dagger again. So I'm wondering if that's something they discover like hidden in the basement somewhere. Now, the biggest question, of course, is are we going to see Lucy Lawless in Evil Dead again, or any of the characters from Ash vs. Evil Dead though? I don't know if I would be complaining too much about all that. I'd love to see Kelly and Pablo again. Nothing of the sort is confirmed as of right now, but we still got 2.5 months or so until this one comes out. Anything could happen. Evil Dead Burn releases 2 weeks earlier now on July 10th, just a month after Scary Movie 6. Easily the movie I am the most excited for moving into the rest of 2026. I have to be real with y'all. I have an insane headache. I am absolutely exhausted and I was just about to go to bed. But then the craziest news story of 2026 broke. Obsession filmmaker Curry Barker, the YouTuber, is now in talks to potentially write and direct the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. What the fuck? This is so awesome. Barker's upcoming film Obsession hasn't even released in theaters yet, and it is already getting wide acclaim. Critics are calling it horror film of the year, and some even an instant classic. Clearly it's a promising film because now A24 is in talks with the guy to do the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Now, you'll remember that A24 is producing a brand new Texas Chainsaw Massacre series with Strange Darling scribe JT Molnar at the helm of it. That's really exciting too, don't get me wrong, but I want a good new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, and if someone's gonna deliver that, it is abso-fucking-lutely Curry Barker. If you don't believe me, check out That's a Bad Idea. If you're not already subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. They make some of the best skits here on YouTube in terms of comedy, and their horror stuff is even better. Barker has been insanely busy because he actually just completed principal photography on his next feature film called Anything But Ghosts, which we don't really know too much about yet. By the way, that's another film that he wrote, directed, and co-stars in for Blumhouse again. So we'll probably be getting another fucking masterpiece from him sometime soon, as well as a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre film, I hope. For now, this is just talk, but it's very likely that this dude will be doing the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, which has me over the fucking moon. I actually kind of liked the 2022 movie, but even as someone who enjoyed that film, I know it's not anywhere near as good as some of the movies that came before in the series. Curry Barker doing TCM, I feel like this could be the best movie since the original. Wow, those were some exciting updates in today's video. How do you guys feel about all of this? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.